looking forward. So I have just like a little presentation about where I'm from and some things about me and culture from the city that I'm from. And if that's okay, if I could share that and then jump in if anyone has any questions. Um, does that sound good?
Okay.
Share. Um, uh, okay. Um, so this little blue dot is Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, where I'm from and where Nika is currently living. But currently, I'm in Columbus, Ohio, because it's a holiday. This weekend is the holiday of Thanksgiving, so I'm in with my family, my in-laws in Ohio. Um, and Pittsburgh is it's a pretty big city. It's the second biggest city in Pennsylvania. We have three rivers. You can see on this picture here. And this building here is the university that I went to, which is it's a little outside of the downtown Pittsburgh here. But Pittsburgh is well, I love Pittsburgh, but it's known in its past for being a steel city. So there's a lot of steel factories and like a lot of smoke and stuff from the industry there. And I think Pittsburghers are pretty proud of the resilience that we have because we moved from like a big industry that then like fell and there was not any more steel factories anymore to tech and hospitals. So Pittsburgh has a lot of hospitals. And like Google has an office there. So we're pretty proud of um, how Pittsburgh has changed over the years. Um, and this is my family. So these are my parents and my brothers. My mom is from Pittsburgh. My dad is from Johnstown, which is kind of nearby. So my mom is Puerto Rican and Irish. My dad is Hungarian and Welsh and German. And this is my whole extended family during COVID. We Zoomed for my grandpa's birthday. Um, this is my husband. We got married last April. Um, he works at the University of Pittsburgh and he does science. So he does research with like mice and arsenic in drinking water. Um, and this is his side of the family, the Ohio side of our family. This is my grandpa. He passed away last March, and I'd say one thing about the U.S. is we have this problem of our elderly being in institutions. So a lot of times, old people don't live with once they get too old and need too much care. They live in like a nursing home or assisted living facility. So this is my grandpa. It's a nursing home. It's like kind of like a hospital, but you live there. So I'd say this is a problem of in the U.S. where old people don't live with their families as much. But I love my grandpa, and he's very special to me. Um, this is my brother's wedding, so this is my whole mom side of the family. Um, and my grandpa is really funny, and he has a great sense of humor, and he was just going all over the place in his wheelchair, and we miss him very much. These are some jobs that I've had. So I worked at a sushi restaurant for 3 years during college. I worked at a daycare. So a lot of times kids will start going to school when they're two for just part of the day, like 2, 3, and 4. But I worked in a daycare. So while parents were working, I watched kids. And it felt like school for tiny kids. And then I also worked at this restaurant here. And I worked in a nursing home as well. And I really liked that job. But currently, I am a middle school teacher. I teach middle school math. So this year, I'm teaching 6th and 7th graders. This is a picture. We had a boat race at the end of the year last year. This is one of my current classes, and this was an 8th grade trip. We went to an amusement park, which our kids loved. It was like an end of middle school trip that they took, and it was a blast. My kids really like music, and they like what else? They like, I don't know if you've heard of tech decks. They're like little mini skateboards, and they like being social. They like being with each other. And they like anime and movies. And I really enjoy my job. So this is my school building. This is just middle school, but we have kindergarten through 12th grade. And then a lot of times kids will graduate and get a job or go to university or go to some training program. So that's my school. And I've been there for about 5 years. So I've had a lot of roommates. After college, I lived in a big house with a lot of young people, and then after that, I lived in a ministry house with some women from my church. And I love having roommates and people around, and sharing space with people. So these are some of my friends. There's Nika in the top corner by Pittsburgh. But I like spending time with my friends. I like going places with my friends. I like being outside with them. I think that's my favorite thing to do. And this is Thanksgiving is a holiday that we celebrated last Thursday. So get together. We always have Friendsgiving too, where you celebrate with friends, but it's just sharing a giant meal with your friends and then having leftovers for the rest of the week, and watching a lot of football. So football is a big deal, not only in Pittsburgh, but I feel like in a lot of places here. So this is the Pittsburgh Steelers. This is our team, and there's a lot of I'm not that good at watching football, but a lot of people around me are. So it's kind of a big deal. Yesterday we were with my husband's family and we watched a football game, and we lost, but it was okay. And this is my church. This is really important to me. We meet in an apartment once a week, and we go through a book of the Bible or read some part of it and talk about it. And we went on a trip last year, so this is a picture from that. So this is my church, and that's what I have. I'd say that Pittsburgh is a great place to live, and it was an amazing place to grow up. And I'm proud to be from there.
Thank you. Yeah, so very interesting. So you're now living in Pittsburgh and you're friends with Kanika, and that's how we can have you here as our speaker today. But from what you shared to us before, you're quite a mixed blood because your mom is Puerto Rican and your dad
Irish.
And yeah. So are you quite familiar with the culture of like the origin of your mother and your father?
Mostly my dad's side. I know my mom, not too familiar with her side, but with my dad's side, we have a lot of Hungarian food on holidays, and I'm more familiar with that culture because some of the old people in our family still like speak Slovak and speak different languages. But on my mom's side, I feel like they have been in America for so long that it's not, I don't know. Not this.
So yeah. So you're more familiar with your dad's culture.
Yeah.
Okay. So before I continue my questions, for you guys, for all of you participants here, if you want to ask questions to Leah, don't be afraid to use the raise hand feature, or you can open your mic and ask her your questions. Okay, so we're talking about culture. So whatever that you heard from Leah from her presentation, or is there anything that you want to ask about her life in Pittsburgh, you can ask questions to her. We encourage you to speak because I believe that you join us here to help improve your speaking skills in English. So please don't be afraid to speak in English. Okay. So I noticed several different like culture from Indonesia and Pittsburgh, because you say that old people there usually don't live with their families.
Mhm.
Old people here always live with their family. We almost do not have some kind of like
Mhm.
nursing home, because I don't know. It's like the responsibility of children to take care of their
Mhm.
parents when their parents are getting old. So we do
Mhm.
not really have nursing home here,
Mhm.
and and there I saw in a lot of movies or from my friends from the USA. They said that old people in their family, they sent them to the nursing
Mhm.
home. And you
Mhm.
work there. You say
Mhm.
that you work there. So how is it working in nursing home?
It's kind of sad. It's not, I think it's a problem in the US, and I really respect um when families can take care of their loved ones and have them in their spaces. But I really enjoyed it. So I worked in the cafeteria. So I worked like serving food there. And then I also worked in activity programming. So we would play bingo and I would create crafts and do games with people for like entertainment. Um, but it's not the happiest place. My sister-in-law worked in like a rehab center with a lot of old people too. And I think it's a hard job, and a lot of times um, older folks don't get the care that they need in those spaces, and it's really it's really a bummer. Um, and sometimes that's just like understaffed. Like there's not enough people there to take care of them in those places. Um, so it's really tough, and it's I think it's a problem. But
Yeah. Oh
mhm.
yeah, I see. And also one big difference that I see is that um after you're turning 18, you move out of your parents' house.
Mhm.
Usually, is that like some kind of like obligation or something? Or
Um,
like
not always. My brother moved out and then moved back in with my parents. So he moved out for college and stayed for 2 years and then came back. But I really loved living. I lived in a house with like 8 other people, and I really loved living with friends. And that was something. So I don't think it's an obligation. I think that a lot of people do it. But not always. I'd say the
yeah,
majority of people do. I
yeah.
saw a
So it's
question. Sorry.
oh, okay. So it's a majority, and also we here you started doing your part-time job like since you're teenager. Is that
Mhm.
correct? Yeah,
Yep.
but we do not like in here. Our parents still taking care of our financial uh, since we are graduating from college. So it's quite different. And a lot of like teenager here, they feel like kind of like embarrassed if they have to take part-time job to get their like additional allowance, or so we are depending on our parents. But I think it's really good if we can like start doing our part-time job early, because
Mhm.
it's quite helping, especially for our allowance, and also it helps us before going into the job, into the work field. So
Mhm.
have you ever been in Indonesia before?
Nope, I have not.
Hopefully one day you can come
I would
here,
love that.
especially yeah, you have to meet Indonesian people. I mean, I believe that you met Kanika and a lot of Indonesian students there in Pittsburgh. But we are very friendly here, and we love to meet a lot of like we usually call people from abroad as bule. So yeah, so when they come, we say, "Oh, ada bule." It means like, "Oh, look, there is like foreigner from abroad." I
Oh,
believe you have ever heard of Bali here.
oh yeah.
Yeah, and also Komodo dragon, because we have here in our like province, And hopefully one day you can come visit us. We would love to meet you here in Indonesia.
That would be amazing.
Okay. Guys, if you have questions, please do not be afraid to ask Leah, because I believe that she would be happy to answer your questions. Okay, so you said that you are now teaching middle school. You're teaching math for middle school. All right.
Yep.
How is it being a teacher?
There is a teacher shortage here, so there's there's not enough of us in my school currently, so it's a little bit crazy. But I wanted to add on one more thing. Kind of talking about getting jobs when you're a teenager. A lot of my students you can get permission, like you have to get your school and your parents to sign something, and then you can get a job when you're 14. So there's several of my students who are 14 and have jobs. But most people, like at 16, they start different jobs, which I don't know. That's a thing. So I like being a math teacher. I like math. I wasn't really good at math, and then I got my job, so I had to get good at it. But I really enjoy it. My students they're really fun, and it's a little bit crazy, but I like it. So do you guys, when does schooling start in Indonesia?
We start our semester in June, and now it's near the Christmas holiday, and now a lot of students are having their final exam. So I'm also a teacher myself. I'm teaching English as well in the Freedom Academy, and being a teacher is quite fun. And meeting the students, meeting the children and the kids, really helping me to release my stress. It's not that I'm yelling at them, no, but it's like sometimes meeting them can help me to be like way more relaxed, because as what you say, teaching people, I love that. And it's good to share my knowledge or insights with people. Okay, so Leah, we have a participant raising her hand. I think Gabriela, you can open your mic.
Okay. Hi.
Hi. How are you?
I have a question about you.
Yeah.
What was the situation in the USA when the impact of the coronavirus occurred?
Oh, the coronavirus. We shut down. Did you guys shut down as well?
Yes, we did.
Yeah, we shut down. I guess when was that? March, I think, and then it felt shut down for that whole summer. Honestly, all of the coronavirus, it's all a blur. It's hard to keep track of the time. And then we did virtual school for a year, and a little bit after that too. Did you go to school? Did your schools go virtual, Gabriela?
Our school. I think it's everything fine.
Yeah.
But what I want to the situation kayak kendala apa sih? I want to hard to situation because I still don't understand about my study because little virtual. So I don't think so about my teachers and then my teachers for to learn because this is my study. I want to take tourist department because because so so this is my study must to speaking about people to people.
I bet the tourist department was very affected by coronavirus and the economy and things. Was your family, did they get sick, or did anyone you know get coronavirus?
Elsa, so Lia asked about apakah waktu itu ada keluarga atau teman yang kena COVID? Okay, so yeah, so actually I think you know from what Gabriela said before, because she is studying tourism, so it's quite hard for them because we have to do virtual classes during the coronavirus. It's like more than a year, and it's very hard, especially when you're taking tourism. You have to like do talking to people, and it's so it's quite hard. So there's a lot of like subjects that she didn't understand in her school, and I think it's one she is taking one step to try to improve her English skills, to improve her speaking skills by joining this Dare to Talk. So did you get sick during coronavirus, Leah?
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Oh, she was asking about coronavirus, so I was just asking about if you guys were affected by it too, personally, with getting sick. I think I had it. Again, it's all a blur, but it
Yeah.
So what are the major what are like some major areas of study that a lot of people go into? So I heard tourism, and you're a teacher. What are other people's jobs or aspirations?
Alright, guys, teman-teman boleh tulis di kolom chat sekarang kesibukannya apa, aktivitasnya apa gitu. You can write it down on the chat room, like your job.
Or what you would like to study or do. Or...
You can write it down, or you can open your mic and tell us. I think a lot of them are still quite shy because this is like the first time we're doing the talk. So hopefully the next time, we have an undergraduate student and also one of my friend here in Dare to Dream Academy. She is working with me. Okay, what about the others? Ayo, teman-teman boleh ditulis ya di kolom chat di bawah.
Or what do you like to do? Do you have hobbies or activities that you're interested in?
Well, personally, my hobby is watching movies. What about you?
I like to be outside. I'm getting into cooking a little bit, kind of. Listening to music.
Okay, listening to music. I see that you love spending your time with people.
I love spending.
So you're quite an extrovert. I'm an introvert myself, so I love spending time with myself.
Joshua, Julian, I saw you liked watching videos on social media. What social media do you like? Do you TikTok, Instagram, YouTube?
I love shorts.
The shorts?
Yes.
Oh, me too. They sometimes make me cry though. They're very emotional sometimes.
Yeah.
Okay, what about the others? Come on, guys. So if
you guys all live in the... Oh, sorry, go ahead, Leah.
Sorry, it's okay. It's okay, Leah, you can go on.
I was gonna ask if you guys all live in the same area. I know Nika is here or in Pittsburgh, but do most of you live in the same community?
Yes, actually, most of us is in the same province, but probably in different areas. Some of the participants here are students in our academy, in the Tudor Academy, and because we open this event for a lot of people, for everyone. So I think some of them are coming from different area.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Amelia, you
Currently,
like
like in the morning there.
yeah, it's whatever, 8:30. So
Oh
it's
yeah. It's
not too early. But it must be late there. What is it? Almost 9?
Yeah, it's 9:30. It's 9:30 in the at night. So it's 9:30 p.m. here.
What time do you guys go to bed? What time do you go to sleep at night?
Probably like 12
I'm sure it
or
changes
sometimes
for different people. Some night owls, some are early birds.
yeah. Some of us here are night owls and some others are early birds, but we, you know, according to our situation, some of us have to work at the afternoon and the other owls at the morning. So yeah,
Yeah.
it's according to our situation.
Cinderella, I saw that you like to draw. Do you like to use like pencils or do you like markers or what do you usually draw with? Or pen, ink?
Okay. Cinderella. Okay.
If you don't want to answer, that's fine. I was just asking. You don't have to respond. All right, and Armelia, do you sing by yourself or do you sing with again with other people sometimes? You guys don't have to answer though, but if you want to.
But it will be better if we can answer that. Okay, Roswitha is raising her hand. Please can open your mic, Roswitha.
Hello.
Hi, Roswitha.
Hi, am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much, Leah, for joining us tonight. We are so happy to have you in this session because we really like to talk with foreigner like the native speaker to improve our skill. And yes, I'd like to ask you. I think Pittsburgh is a beautiful city. From your presentation, that small presentation gave me like a feel that it's a very cool place and beautiful. And I just want to know like what is the most popular place or destination in Pittsburgh? Maybe someday like yeah, some people in this meeting, maybe we will visit Pittsburgh someday. Yeah,
That would be great.
and maybe you have like that kind of place to share with us, like what is the beautiful place for us to visit in there. Yeah, that's from me. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, Roswitha. So Pittsburgh is kind of cool because it has a bunch of little different unique neighborhoods. So it's hard to say one place because it has a bunch of like cool different pockets. So there's Lawrenceville that has a bunch of restaurants. There's the South Side that has like bars, and there's like a river walk that's kind of cool. And there's this place called Polish Hill, and there's Germantown, and there's I live in Squirrel Hill and I really like it. And then there's Oakland. So it has a bunch of like little different neighborhoods that are kind of known for their own thing. And I think that would be a fun thing to do, is just pop around the different neighborhoods and see and look at them. Also, there's a lot of old buildings, which I like about Pittsburgh. There's old buildings that they make into new things or like use for different things. Like my dad, he works in an office, but the office used to be a funeral home in the 1800s and now it's an office. So there's like things like that that are like kind of cool about Pittsburgh, where this building used to be something and now it's something else. I think
Mm.
you just going around to all the different neighborhoods or downtown too.
Okay, okay,
Yeah.
it's noted. I like the I don't know, like the building in the USA. It's look like a classic building with the good patterns and crater. Like the design is very cool, and I really love to see that.
They're fun to look at. I saw a picture from on the internet from Indonesia, and it was, I don't know where it was, but it was like a giant building and it was white and it looked, I don't know what it was, but it looked very cool from when I was Googling.
We'd love to visit Pittsburgh one day.
And I'll come visit you guys. We can swap.
Okay. So, Leah, here we also have, I think Joshua raising his hands. So Joshua, you can open your mic. Here.
Hello, Leah.
Hi Joshua.
It's nice meeting you here. So I have a question. As an American, what's something anyone visiting the US for the first time absolutely must know about or be aware of?
Oh man, I don't know. That's a good question. Nika, I feel like you can answer that better than me. I don't know. Be aware of or know about. Maybe the weather. In Pittsburgh, the weather is like all over the place. It could be sunny in the morning and then rainy or snowing, or you just really don't know always what to expect. So come prepared for cold and, and snow would be one thing. Nika, how would you answer that question?
Well, I thought about the weather. Every time you want to go out, you should check the weather app.
Yeah.
And also, I'm not sure about your question, Joshua. Is it about the culture or what do you expect? Is it your lifestyle or anything? Which one?
It can be anything.
Oh, it can be anything, Leah. So you know what?
I guess the weather. I'm not sure. Maybe it's just really big. Like the whole country is like, it's really big. So going from one spot to another, you might have to fly. I'm not sure, but I guess it's probably the same for Indonesia. But I don't know. That's a good question, Joshua. It stumped me.
I assume that Joshua is planning to visit US. Okay, do you have anything else to say, Joshua?
I hope someday I can visit the US.
That would be great. I like your picture. Where are you at in the picture? It looks like you're by on a cliff or something by the ocean.
So I took that picture quite a long time ago. I even forgot the name of the beach.
Yeah. It looks beautiful. That water looks so blue.
We
Yeah,
have a lot of
thanks.
spots like that here in our province. So hopefully one day you can come visit us because our water is clear and our skies are beautiful. And we have a lot of like tourism destination. We have a lot of like amazing tourism destination to visit. All right, we have Ruth here raising her hands. Okay, Ruth, you can open your mic.
Hi,
Hi, Ruth.
hi Leah. My voice is here. Okay.
Yep, I can hear you.
Okay. So Leah, I wanna ask you about Thanksgiving because you
Mhm.
just said that you just celebrated last Thursday.
Mhm.
yeah, I want to ask you about that celebration. I mean, in Indonesian, we don't have that culture. So can you explain us about that, that Thanksgiving? What you guys celebrate for and what the meaning of that celebration? Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think there's Thanksgiving. So what we do on Thanksgiving is we just have a big meal with our family. So we have turkey and stuffing and potatoes and carrots and pie. So that's it's like, so the meaning, I feel like way back in the day when they started it, it was about the like settlers and the pilgrims sharing a meal together, and it was like this nice thing, but like I don't know, it's like not the same as what people used to think about Thanksgiving. And I guess it's like the same with like the internet and history. So like what you learn in school is not really always what history is. And so now the days people are like learning what actually happens and happened. And so, sorry, I'm doing a bad job explaining, but it's like historically, it's about coming together and sharing a meal. But I think it's just like time to be with the family and eat together and spend time together. And a lot of people will travel home to visit family if they're living in different places. So it's just time with the family. Kind of, yeah, it's like a culture from the ancestors, but it's kind of like I think it was like became a national holiday in like, I don't know, the 1800s or something, but it's like not really about that. It's just about spending time with your family. And eating together. And there's always so much food that then you have food for the rest of the week, which is nice. But it's not really about what it originally was supposed to be about. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I guess it is. Okay. Do you have more question, Ruth?
Yeah, I have a question related to Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Is there any church that celebrates Thanksgiving? Like on that day, some church have service.
Not that I know of, maybe, but I don't know. It's not a religious holiday. It's just like the government said this is a holiday and people are like, okay. So it's not a religious holiday. And people just like, with my family, we go around the table and we say things that we're thankful for and talk about things that we're grateful for. But it's not a religious holiday. I don't even think it's not that important of a holiday. It's a really fun one. And it's a thing that like a lot of people do, but it doesn't have a lot of meaning other than spending time with your family. It's fun and the food is delicious. And friends.
All right, I see.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is
Well, I
bad.
heard that if you don't get to spend your Thanksgiving with your family, then it will be called Friendsgiving or something.
Yep, Friendsgiving. This is my husband, Zach. He just brought me some coffee.
Hi, Zach.
Hi.
How are you?
Good. How are you guys?
Ah,
They were just asking about Thanksgiving and the meaning of it, and I was
Oh.
trying to explain
Yeah, just to get together with family and eat
The, like,
food.
the old original story behind it and how it's not really that important anymore.
Yeah, I don't even remember it. It's just the first Europeans to come to America, starting a
Yeah.
dinner tradition.
But it's mostly just time with your family. So Zach works at the University of Pittsburgh. I don't know if anyone wants to talk to him, but he's here. He does science and yeah, he's from Ohio.
yeah. And also Zach is doing like a PhD program right now, right?
Yep,
Yeah.
that's right.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Exactly. So what year are you right now?
I'm in my third year at the
Mhm.
School of Public Health out of hopefully 4 or 5 years.
So are you doing like some research right now?
Yeah, so we study water quality and what different metals in the water due to your health.
I see. So you have 2 years to come to
Yeah.
have everything done. Oh, good luck. Yeah, this is really interesting because Leah and Zach, they're also coming from University of Pittsburgh, and they have known each other for a long time, right?
I don't know, 8 years, 9 years.
Yeah, it's
Wow.
interesting. So anyone wants to ask questions to Leah or Zach, you can just raise your voice or hand.
Mhm. Do you guys have any holidays that around meals that you celebrate? Or you can ask that question. That's, you don't have to answer that question.
I don't think we have the holiday that we're waiting for is like the New Year holiday or Christmas holiday, because we are only the Christmas holiday are only being celebrated by Christian.
Mhm.
So, but we are waiting for the New Year's holiday because it is fun and we love to spend time with family. So I think we love seeing you guys doing Thanksgiving because we also love to spend time with our families. It's quite a big deal, especially if you're busy and there comes Thanksgiving and you get to spend time with your family as well. So it's quite a good day. So how's your Thanksgiving going right now?
Oh, it's okay.
I was saying sometimes our Thanksgiving is watching football too. So
Yeah.
His team lost
Yeah,
yesterday.
my
so-
football team lost, so our
Oh,
family.
wow.
But other than that, the family time is great.
Yeah.
And we have a nephew who is almost 2, who is very cute. So we got to spend some time with him, which was great.
Yeah, it's always great to spend time with kids.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I love
He-
it. Yeah. Okay. So guys, do you have questions?
I have a question.
Okay, please.
Go ahead, Josh.
Since there's Leah's boyfriend, I'm just curious to know about guns. I don't know if this question is sensitive or not, but please forgive me. So why do American citizen can freely buy guns? Because especially I can see that on the news, American have such a great police force, and I think really high degree of rule of law. And so why is that?
Mhm. Do you want to answer that, Zach?
That is, I mean, that would be that's a hot topic in American politics right now, is like just the amount of freedom. I mean, it was something that was originally like stated in our Constitution when the country was founded, like the protection of arms, but now it's 250 years later and things have changed. So I don't know, you could ask a lot of people different and they would have different opinions or answers. But yeah, it's a hot topic here.
Oh, I see. I'm really sorry to ask
No.
such
No,
No.
it's a good
Yeah.
question.
Yeah.
And I think
It's an important one.
yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much.
And as a teacher, there's the topic of school shootings that has been a thing that's really terrible. And so I'm not for guns. And I don't think that a lot of people need them or should want them. But then there are some people who live in the country who go hunting, and that's like for food, and that's maybe a different thing. But yeah, so I think that's a hot topic right now, meaning that a lot of people are discussing it and what is okay. But they can do a lot of damage. And also I think just talking about police is also kind of a hot topic too, because it's I don't know, there's some controversy in a lot of places about that as well.
I see. I understood. Thank you so much.
That's
For the
a
nice-
good question though. Thanks for asking that, Josh.
Thank you, Joshua. So I think what led Joshua to ask the question is that because we also watched the news about the school shooting. We're
Yes.
really curious about the guns policy there, because it's really sad watching all of those kids has to be the victims in a school shooting. So
Yeah.
it's quite a hot topic as well here in Indonesia, and I believe in a lot of countries when that happened. And it's really sad to watch the news.
Yes.
And I believe that what led Joshua to ask the question, because we're really curious, and it's good to meet you to ask the question directly to you, because because it's really different about the policy here and there. So there you have more freedom than in here, so it's quite like restricted. We have a lot of like restricted policies about guns and a lot of things. Okay.
Yeah, that was a good question. We need more restrictive policies personally. That's I think, but people will have different ideas about that. But yeah.
Okay. All right, guys. Do you still have questions? Actually, we're almost running out of time. We have like 8 minutes left. So I would like to ask your opinion. I would like to ask your like what you think about our first event, Dare to Talk, because this is like the very first Dare to Talk event that we do. Hopefully it's good for all of you. Hopefully you enjoy it. And I'd like to ask the participants first about their impressions. I would like to know what they want to say about our first Dare to Talk meeting. So I think I'd love to hear from Roswitha first, maybe.
Hello, thank you, Leah.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, I think but I'd like to say thank you so much for Dare to Dream Academy for holding this this very beautiful session for us to discuss something and sharing something in here. And this is really good like event for students, for people in Indonesia, especially for everyone who wants to improve their skill in speaking and listening, because like English is an international language, so we have to know how to speak English and make ourselves fluent in English. And I have to give like 10 from 10 to this to our meeting today. And I'm so happy to see you, Leah, today, because you are our very first speaker. I really love about your presentation and what you have shared for us today. And I hope maybe someday we can have you in our next event.
I would love that.
Nice to see you guys in here. And I love all of the participants in here. It's very nice to see you guys. I think that's from me. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Roswitha. So 10 out of 10 from Roswitha. Thank you so much. I think it's a success for our first Dare to Talk. And the second one, I'd like to hear from Joshua. You asked a lot of questions before. I'd like to know what you think about our first.
I think
Joshua,
this event is really awesome because it gives us the opportunity to have conversation with those people from different cultures, different backgrounds, and it's amazing that we have this chance. It's not like the place with a high tourist place like Bali, where we can see many bullets or foreigners everywhere, and then we can have conversation in order to practice our English. But Dare to Academy um, conduct this event is really interesting, that we can make it to really practice our English with the native speaker. So for
Okay.
me, this event is 10 out of 10.
All right. Thank you so much, Joshua. The second 10 out of 10 from Joshua. And last but not least, I'd like to hear from Leah as our first speaker. What do you think about today's meeting?
I really enjoyed it and enjoyed talking to you guys. I'd like to know more about you guys. I feel like I just talked about myself and would like to hear about you and what you know, more about you guys. But this was really fun and I really enjoyed it. And thank you, Nika, for inviting me and Leah from hosting. And
Yeah.
I'm impressed with all of you guys. All of you are so good at English. I can't imagine being that good at a different language. So I'm super impressed. And it's also impressive how hard you guys work to learn something new. It takes a lot of time and effort and daringness to learn something new. So I'm impressed with all of you. And thank you for asking me questions. It's fun to talk and it's fun to talk to you.
Yeah, it's really fun to talk to you too. Yeah. So our name actually pronounced quite the same. It's Leah and Leah.
Yeah.
When they say thank you, Leah, when they address that to you, I was almost like, oh yeah, you're welcome. But it was actually not for me, but for you. Okay. So again, thank you so much, Leah, for being here to share with us today. We really enjoyed what you share, and hopefully one day we can visit you in Kanika, because when Kanika left to when Kanika left to Pittsburgh, we said, Kanika, see you in Pittsburgh. So
Yeah,
we will go there.
Cute,
We will
baby.
go there. So just wait for us. We will go there one day. All right.
Yeah,
So guys, I think because our time is almost up, we can do photo session. So if you guys can turn on your cameras, it will be good. So please turn your cameras on so we can do the photo session. All right.
Okay, so yeah, it's really lovely to see your face. Okay. So I will count into 3. 1, 2, 3. One more time. 1, 2, 3.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you, Leah.
Thank you, everybody.
We are going to have our next upcoming Dare to Talk meeting. So please be sure to stay tuned on our social media, because we will inform you everything there. Go to our Instagram at Dare to Dream Academy. And Leah, if you want to connect with us, please drop down your Instagram account or your social media account that you prefer for us, so we can like follow each other or keep in touch with each other in the future. Okay.
Yeah. I'll put it in the chat.
All right.
Thank
Okay,
you,
guys. Thank you very much for joining our Dare to Talk meeting today, and hopefully we can see you again on our next events. All right. Thank you.
Bye. Thanks, everybody.
Bye bye. Bye bye.
Bye, everyone. See you.